So I heard about Count the Kicks through one of the kickers' moms that I trained with. Her and 4 other women started Count the Kicks after they experienced loss of child, going to the University of Iowa and seeing Coach Kirk Ferentz, his wife Mary Ferentz. They are so generous. It locked into me, and I felt obligated, and I thought it would be an awesome idea to create this campaign. I think that it is so important to have kids understand that they can make a difference, because they can. It is so cool to see them reach their goals and help other people when they're reaching that as well. I, as a kicker, love seeing kids score, love seeing kids kick. Through Every Kick Counts, we are going to have a really, really cool competition. We want the kids to compete against each other. We want the schools to compete against each other. So we thought of the idea, why not encourage kicking? Why not encourage them making their kicks and form a campaign where the more kicks they make, the more pledges they get, the more money and awareness that we receive. It seems almost like, why not do this, right? It is a perfect idea. It is a perfect way for these kids to be active in their communities. That's ultimately what we're trying to get at, is helping the kids, helping the families. We'd love to see conferences start implementing competition right away. We'd love the college level to grasp onto it, whether it's Big 10, SEC, Big 12, have competitions between them, and then ultimately get to the NFL level. When you see the baby saves with Count the Kicks on their website, so happy, so fulfilling. I just love being a part of this. Hey everyone, thank you all for joining, whether you're live or whether you're going to be watching this in a future date. It's great to finally meet all of you. I know we're virtual right now, but we're excited to hopefully meet all of you in the future as well. Like the video stated, my name is Keith Duncan, and before we got started to the nitty-gritty stuff, I wanted to give you all a little bit of a background on myself and how I got into Every Kick Counts and how I got into kicking. I grew up in Texas playing soccer and was extremely competitive playing soccer, and stayed there for 13 years until moving to North Carolina for high school and starting kicking in high school. I fell in love with it, was a passion of mine, and had a great opportunity to play at the University of Iowa. It was an incredible ride. I was there for 5 years, and obviously, like the video stated, I had my ups and downs, but wanted to persevere and wanted to give back. I was very fortunate in 2019 to be named a Consensus All-American, and it was with the help of the community, teammates, coaches, and everyone involved in my life. And it's very humbling to have these people in my life that have been such a great support system and have such an impact again on my life. And from that, I knew that I wanted to do more. So I made the great decision to stay in Iowa post-college and really get connected with the community. And it led to meeting some incredible people, where you will meet very shortly, with some founders as well as Emily, our executive director, and meeting Kate, one of the founders, her son Will, who you, I'm sure, have seen on social media with our Every Kick Counts page, has grasped a passion to giving back. And we almost just had an idea in our head of why not create a fundraising campaign for Count the Kicks and Healthy Birthday. And we thought of creating this point-based system to where we could give back, not only to increase baby saves, help families, but also increase the the benefit in the high school, college, or whomever is involved in this lives. And with that being said, I wanted to just start out by saying our program goals. Obviously, this is a fundraiser, so we are looking to raise $50,000, which would be an incredible accomplishment in our first year. We have already raised almost 25% of that, and we have not even started the season. So for all of you who have started early, thank you so much. It's really cool to see the impact you've already created. And number two for our goals is we want you and the families to learn the importance of giving back. I know when I was in high school, it was one of the great treasures that I could actually just be a part of was the community. It was an extremely rewarding feeling, not only to have an impact on the field, but as well as off the field. And three, ultimately, what we're getting at is we are saving lives. If you've ever been on the Count the Kicks website and have seen our baby saves, like I mentioned in the video, it's very fulfilling and it's very rewarding that you can be doing something in your own community. And you'll hear more about the cause we're supporting here very shortly. So for some quick stats, like I already mentioned, we already have kickers and punters from the NFL, college, and high school signed up representing 27 states. And we're having more join every single day. 17 of these athletes, like I mentioned, y'all already started early, so props to you. They've already started reaching out to their networks and have raised nearly $12,000, which is almost 25% of our goal. And we are honestly really excited to see what happens when our athletes officially launch their campaigns, start sending out their custom links to their future pledges. And we hope today we can give you guys the tools that you need to go ahead and start finding those pledges. And we know it's important for our athletes to feel connected to the cause they're supporting. So we want to start by giving you a brief background of our nonprofit organization you're supporting so you can have the success on the field and off the field to make that life-saving impact that we're talking about. So to do that, I wanted to introduce to you two people from Healthy Birthday, Inc., the nonprofit organization Every Kick Counts is supporting. Kate Saffras is one of our founding moms, as well as Emily Price, who is our nonprofits executive director. So with that, I will hand it over to Kate.
All right. Thank you, Keith. Hello to all of our athletes and parents and supporters, anyone watching us live and later on a recording. My name is Kate Saffras. I'm one of the founders of the nonprofit organization Healthy Birthday, which is the 501c3 nonprofit that created Count the Kicks, the stillbirth prevention campaign. And as Keith mentioned, I come to Every Kick Counts from a really special place because I have a high school kicker who's been kicking about a year since Keith came to town and really inspired him. And so I have that's obviously a big part of my life. I also come from a place of being a parent who has lost a child. I lost my daughter, Emma, in 2001. And when you've gone through something like that, you have two choices. You have the choice of letting that define you for in a negative way, or you can move forward and have a positive impact. And I chose the latter, along with 4 other founders that I met who had also lost babies, all who had had stillborn babies. We met here locally in Des Moines, Iowa, and decided that we were going to make a difference for other people and try to prevent stillbirth from happening, the loss of a child to another family. So I want to introduce you to our campaign, Count the Kicks, which is the campaign you're going to be supporting. And I want to introduce you to Ruby, who is one of hundreds of babies who are alive today because of Count the Kicks.
We're going to turn now to that GMA parenting alert about a free app a mother says helped save her baby's life by tracking how often she kicked. ABC's Diane Macedo is here with that story. What is this all about?
So this mother says that everything was completely normal in her pregnancy until one day, thanks to this app, she noticed that something was off. Well, it turns out her baby was in real trouble. For Emily and Jeremy Ecoff and 2-year-old Liam,
Oh, nice.
life with their new baby Ruby is extra precious.
We have a healthy baby girl, and we could have had a burial instead.
Ruby is lucky to be alive, and her mom says that's largely thanks to an app. The free app called Count the Kicks aims to prevent stillborn deaths by helping moms record their baby's movements.
You can just tap the baby's footprint every time you feel a movement. A movement could be a kick, a roll, or a jab.
Used at the same time every day, the app tracks how long it takes to reach 10 kicks, helping mom learn what's normal for her baby.
And we also send calendar reminders and text reminders so that moms are reminded to do it once a day in the 3rd trimester.
It's just one of a growing number of apps helping parents through pregnancy and labor. For the Ecoffs, everything was going smoothly until one day last month.
The kicks were not happening as frequently as they usually did. And when she did move, it was really like soft, subtle, not like hard kicks like normal.
Emily knew from the app that her baby normally kicked 10 times in under 10 minutes. So when she only logged 3 kicks in an hour, she rushed to the hospital.
All of a sudden, they came in and said, you're going to have an emergency C-section.
The umbilical cord had wrapped around the baby 3 times, limiting her movement. Doctors delivered Ruby just in the nick of time.
Not only has Ruby been saved, but potential generations have been saved.
She sleeps about 23 hours a day.
4 weeks later, Ruby is now home, healthy, and sleeping like a baby. Doesn't get much cuter than that. Now, the app was made in Iowa, which is where that family is from, but the creators say it's now spreading nationwide, thanks in part to Ruby. Since the news of her birth, the app has gained more than 5,000 new subscribers. So, Robin, the app saved Ruby, and by raising awareness, she may end up saving many more.
Oh, we love Ruby. We're going to turn now to that GMA.
You're on mute, Emily.
Oh, goodness. Thank you. We've only been in a pandemic 2.5 years. It's time to remember to unmute, right? Thank you, Kevin. Hey, everybody. I'm Emily Price. I'm the executive director of Healthy Birthday, the organization that created Count the Kicks. It's a thrill to be with you tonight. And just to know the student athletes that are here with their parents and how passionate you are about this cause already is like the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. They were right. After baby Ruby was saved in 2017, that story on national television influenced tens of thousands of moms to download our app. We had a 3,700% increase in app downloads, and we heard of at least 3 babies that were saved in the 2 months after Ruby was saved. When you talk about Count the Kicks publicly, when you tell people about it, it has a ripple effect. It encourages other people to track their baby's movements, to speak up if they notice a change, and to download our free app and use it as a tool. That app is available in 14 languages, by the way. And so health equity is at the center of our work, reaching expectant parents that need this information. So, you know, you've probably heard the phrase, every kick counts from your coaches, and you can see from the video that every kick does indeed count, not just on the field. And at Count the Kicks, we are having expectant parents keep track of their baby's stats through that app before they're even born. And it is saving lives just like Ruby. It saved my son's life. My son is almost 12. He is a middle schooler in Waukee. An app did not exist 12 years ago, but I was paying attention, spoke up, and ultimately my son got here safely. We are just beyond thrilled. I'm not even sure I can underline or underscore how much we are thrilled that you're here as an Every Kicks Count athlete or an Every Kicks Count parent. We want you to know that by joining us, not only will you be raising dollars, but critical awareness to save more babies like Ruby, to save sons like, to save baby boys like my son Hayden, and so many more. You know, if you or your parents or supporters would like to learn more, we encourage you to visit counttthekicks.org, which I placed in the chat earlier. You can reach out to us anytime. I'm going to put Keith's email address, my email address, Kate's email address in the chat function. And so now that you know a bit more about the why behind what you're doing, we want to equip you with the tools to have the most success possible with our campaign. We've brought in Kevin Meyer from Pledge It, the online platform that our athletes use to manage their campaigns, for some guidance on how to find the most success. So Kevin, I'm going to make you a host and turn it over to you.
Excellent, excellent. Thanks, everybody. Let's see if I can share screens yet.
There you go.
Oh, I have to wait until you make me.
It says you're co-host. Are you not seeing that?
Oh, now I can do it. Okay.
All right,
It was
excellent.
a little bit of a delay.
Thank you, Kevin.
All right, perfect. Okay, everybody. So I'm here to coach you through the ways in which you can really raise money more effectively. I mean, sure, you can just share this on your social media, but that's really taking a passive route through this. And we know that when people share their page via their social media, only about 0.45% will actually donate. So when you think of all the people that you have in your connections, only 0.45% will. And you know, football and all kinds of sports, it's all about percentages, right? And that's not a very good percentage. So you probably wouldn't take that kick if that's the only chance that you had. So we actually have some tools within our platform that can get you as many as 66% of the individuals that you make outreach to actually making donations, and it makes your efforts more worthwhile. So why wouldn't you do this? So let me show you what you can do. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and created a profile for myself. I think I've got pretty good form. Keith, do you give that a thumbs up? Is that good form? Yeah, if I try to do this now, I'd tear something. So anyway, anyhow, so I've got my own page and I've done some of the best practices already. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and uploaded a photo of myself. So please make sure that you do this, because when you share your page with your friends and your family, they're more apt to stay and look and donate because they're going to know who you are. Okay, so go ahead and upload that photo. The other thing too is when you have that opportunity to tell your story on why you're doing this or tell a little bit about yourself, go ahead and do so. And even if you haven't done it already, you can always go back and click edit page and go ahead and change up the wording in here and add your photos. Okay. Now, one of the things that you can do right away is you can share, and you can go to your social media and share it there if you want to. But I really like you to go to this green button here, okay? Because this is where you're going to be most effective. This is how you're going to raise the most money. So what you have three different options here, and I'm going to show you all three. Well, first off, it says, hey, if by reaching out directly to friends and family for support, you're going to raise 5 times more than just sharing on social media alone. And that's a fact. Those are actual numbers. So one of the first things that you can do is you can create an email sequence. Now, if you're not in the business world, an email sequence is essentially you can just do one action and it will automatically send 3 emails to every individual that you add into the platform. And this is where 66% of the people will actually donate. Okay, so what you do is you click send email invites, you get started, and you just copy and paste email, name and email addresses in here, click add, name and email address, click add. Do as many of them as you can, because once you click next, it's going to start that 3 email sequence to every single person that you added. Okay, automatically, you don't have to do anything else. So it'll send one, then a couple days later, it'll send another, and then usually by about a week, the 3rd one goes out. And if that person donates in the middle of that sequence, it cuts off the sequence. It doesn't keep sending them emails, so you're not going to bother them. Okay. So, but again, remember, if you do this, 66% of these people will actually donate to you. So definitely do this. Some other options that you can do, if you're on your phone, you can actually click this little this white button down here, see messages to share, and you can do a text message. Okay, and you just click copy message, saves it to your phone's clipboard, and you just go into your contacts and you click paste, send, paste, send, paste, send. To as many people as you like. It's got a link to your page and it'll send them back to your page where they can donate or share themselves. But then you can also do an email through your phone just by clicking email. And you can see it's got your name in there, a link to your page. All you have to do is copy the message. Again, it saves it to your clipboard on your phone, and you can go to your contacts and send emails to them one by one. This is not the 3 email sequence. This is just a single email. So doing these 3 things are going to make you most effective and help you raise the most amount of money. Now, I'm going to show you one other thing that you can do throughout the campaign, is make sure you click updates. Okay. When you click update, you can go in here and you can go ahead. I have a lofty goal of scoring 5,000 points. I think I'm going to make it. You can go in here, and as your games are going, you can go in here and you can type out, had an awesome game. And you can use this feature right here to upload a photo. Maybe somebody sent you that they took of you. Maybe there was a YouTube video that you uploaded that you wanted to put in there. Or maybe you had an Instagram post, Twitter post, Facebook post, whatever. You can add those to your update and send it off. The nice thing is that when you create an update, it gets sent off to every single donor that is given to you. An email pops up that says, hey, Evan just posted an update. You should go check it out. And it'll provide a link back to their page. And so they will go to Evan's page and they're more apt to donate again. Or if Evan puts in that messaging about sharing it, they're more apt to share it within their network. So all of these tools are going to make your campaign far more effective. And I'm just going to give you one little bit of inspiration here. And I'm going to share with you a quick story about the Highlands football team. They were doing a lift-a-thon. They were trying to fund their a 7v7 league that they were going to do in the spring. And the most money this team had ever raised up to this point was only $5,000, being done through those little pizza cards, those little buddy cards. That was the only thing that they'd ever done. And I had a team mom call me up, said, we have a goal of 10,000, but we've only raised 5,000. I don't know what I'm going to do. The coach wants me to raise 10. And I told her, you're not going to raise 10. You're going to raise more than that if you do exactly what I say. And I coached her through all those steps I just gave you. And this team did that to the nth degree. And it was all the players. There was no parents. The players did this. And they raised $62,000 with it. Their first time ever doing this kind of a campaign. So what I'm telling you is that this group can do it. It's very, very achievable. If this group could, anybody could, because that was a team mom with a team that had never done this type of fundraising before. So I know that everyone here can make this thing happen. So there we go. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to hand it back here to Emily here.
Thank you so much.
Emily, you got it? There you go.
Yeah, I think so. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin, thank you for sharing that. This has been a Pledge. It's been such a great platform for us to work with. So we really appreciate him coming on, and he's a great resource as well. So I would encourage all of you, if you have questions or issues, please reach out to us, and Kevin's always there to answer our questions as well. The other thing we want you to know is that you're going to get some mail coming in the next week. We want to put some tangible items in your hands as well. So we really encourage you to open those up and use them, right? So you're going to get a branded t-shirt. We'll be announcing our presenting sponsor here in the next week. And so on the arm there, they will have their logo as well. But you will get a t-shirt coming in the mail. We already have your t-shirt sizes. So those will come. You'll get postcards to send to family and friends. Grandmas still love letters, I think. So if you've got somebody that's not used to social media, doesn't use that, or maybe you just want to hit them a couple different ways so that you know that they're seeing your message, or maybe you want to stick these in neighbors' doors. I'm going to have my son take them around the neighborhood and write a note on them. It's really easy. There's a QR code on those, and they can scan it, get right to your page. There's also some business cards in there that would be great to hand out to teachers or potential sponsors, something little you can throw in a bag. It's got a QR code to the page, and then it tells them to navigate to your page specifically, and they can donate there. I'll also mention, as we're talking about those things, if for some reason you have someone that doesn't want to donate online, they can write a check, and we can process that through our nonprofit. We can add that on the back end towards your campaign. So if you have something like that comes up, please reach out and we will help you with that as well. We're also going to send you digital copies of many of the tools we're going to send out. You'll see an athlete toolkit flyer there, and one of the things you'll find on there would be like a PA announcement for your football announcer, some ideas for social media posts, maybe something you might put in a school newsletter, just some ideas for reaching out to your school, because our athletes have such a unique network. We really want to encourage you to reach out to your athletic director, your administrators, your coaches, and get them involved as part of your team, right? You're leading a team of people and they want to support you. They're your cheerleaders when you're out there on the field, and you would be surprised how much they want to support you, not just with donations, but also with support, building your campaign. So what you will receive there in the mail are really some tools that we hope will help you. And we think everybody likes to get a little mail sometimes. So we hope you enjoy that. Ultimately, the success of your campaign will look different than the success of another kicker or punter's campaign, and that's completely okay. We want you to know that the sky's the limit, right? We're here to support you. If you have ideas for how to get this out in your community, business sponsorships, please reach out. We would love to help you fulfill the most successful campaign you can create. And then we're committed to making this fun and having a little competition along the way. So I'm going to hand that over to Keith to talk about some athlete incentives.
All right, I am back, and I wanted to thank Emily, Kevin, and Kate for helping share our mission and our initiative. And after Kevin very diligently showed how the Pledge It platform works, how our funding works is when you send that link to your network, they will either be able to donate a fixed dollar amount or $1 per point you score. And our points are listed on our website, whether you're a kicker or punter. And so these points will score you some pretty cool prizes. And I know you all are here because you're competitors and you like to win. As athletes, we all love to win. So along the way, we're going to have some really cool, fun challenges to help you crush your fundraising goals, as well as grow your network. So these challenges, if you've been following us on social media, we've already had a couple. It's the quickest way to hear about our latest challenges, and we'll be running them throughout the year. So make sure you guys are on social media, turn the notifications on, and stay up to date with us weekly. And for example, our first 75 athletes who hit the $200 donation mark will receive one of our gray Every Kick Counts t-shirts, the one that you see Will wearing right there. I've got one, and it's a pretty cool t-shirt. It's a great way to walk around your community and someone asks you, hey, what is Every Kick Counts? I get it on the field, but what are you guys doing off the field to make a difference? It's an easy way to get connected as well as spark a conversation. We've also given away Wizard holders and NFL footballs, and we'll be doing a lot more giveaways like these throughout the season. So again, make sure you check our social media, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all of it. We'll be posting and giving you guys updates as well. Another fun incentive that we are going to incorporate are scholarships, and we will send out more information later on amount and all that. And I know we all want to eventually get and earn a scholarship to our dream school after graduating high school. So we are going to have scholarships awarded for obviously the top fundraiser, but there will be some on-field performance scholarships as well. So watch out for those too. And finally, I'm so excited about this, but we are planning our summer kickoff event, which I know some of you have received messages or emails about. This is a completely free event, and we want to invite all of you to it. It is on July the 16th in West Des Moines, Iowa, and we know our athletes are spread throughout the country, so we will be providing a virtual option as well. Again, this is not a kicking camp. We can talk about kicking as much as you want, but this is not a kicking camp. It's going to be more of a celebration for our athletes, coaches, and partners, along with the opportunity for you to do media, grow your network, and meet with everyone that's there. It's going to be a fun little event that we're so excited to host, and you all should be receiving an invite shortly after this call. And we know many of you won't be able to attend in person. We completely understand, and if you do, we'd love to see you. I'm sure we'll give away a little present to whoever tracks the most miles into our event. But we hope you'll share the excitement of our kickoff event virtually, whether it be on social media or with your pledges that have already helped you out with your campaign. And we wanted to close with a few call to actions. I know this is the fun part. We're like, okay, what do we do now? What do we do now? So as Kevin mentioned, you can go ahead and set up your page and update your profile with photo and text. It's really, really cool for your pledges to log into your profile and see your mission and why you want to be a part of your mission. Again, it's what's your why, right? Obviously, we love to score points on the field, but now we're scoring points off the field. So create a list of your friends, fans, and supporters. Those are going to be your eventual pledges, and send them an email, a text, or a DM. As Kate said, I know I sent it to my grandparents. I'm going to handwrite them a letter and send them a postcard, and I'll probably get something in cursive back, which I won't be able to read, but I'm sure they will love to help support your campaign. You can share your business cards that you'll be receiving in your toolkit. This is the next point right here. This is a moneymaker. This is what I would be doing. But you can go to local businesses who may be interested in sponsoring you or even matching your donations. That's if I had a buddy that owned a local pizza restaurant, I'd be going straight to their parents and annoying them until they wanted to be a part of this. And again, you can watch out for our emails, DMs, and challenges. We're going to keep hosting them, and it's gonna be a fun little event. And please reach out to us with any questions you may have. We will get back to you as soon as possible. And we'll be excited to hear from you. Before we close, we just again want to say thank you so much for joining us on this journey. It's only been a couple of months, but we're really excited to see where this can grow together. This isn't a one-phase, three-phase operation. This is our community, and again, we're excited to see the community grow as one. It's been a rough few years for I think all of us, whether it be COVID struggles or other struggles in life. And I think it's safe to say that a lot of you out there have seen 2 years of your high school or college uprooted, whether that be sport or academic or even your social life. And sometimes it can feel like the world is full of negativity. Social media doesn't help with that, but it's really easy for us to feel powerless, and you feel like you aren't able to do anything about it. And so we're really hoping that this mission can help with that. I really challenge all of you to be the change and be the positivity in this world that is so much needed. And you've already taken the first step by signing up, or if you're viewing us for the first time, we're excited to see you sign up as an Every Kick Counts athlete. And you've committed yourself to doing something bigger than the game. I know a lot of people in this world they can't say that, and it's really cool to see that you've already made the step as a high school, college athlete, or whatever level that you're joining. So we'd love for you to take the next step by making your campaign the best it can be. Get competitive. That's what football is about. We love to see the competitions. Go ahead and challenge your rival high school kicker or punter. We'd love to see it. Send us all of your stories, because again, ultimately we are saving lives. You are literally saving lives, and it's really cool to be able to say that. How many athletes and how many people can actually say that? I promise what you are doing is going to feel amazing. It's going to be really rewarding, and we are really glad you are a part of this team. So again, thank you so much for joining us. I know we have some guests that are online live. We would love to take your questions if you want to throw them in the chat. Again, if you are watching this on a recording, please feel free to reach out to us via email, DM, whatever's easiest for you, we'd love to get back to you. But if there are any questions, we'd love to open that up. It can be about whatever, efficiency, whatever it may be. But feel free to open it up. We'd love to hear from you. And if you may be shy asking questions as well, you can see Emily is sharing our emails. So you can always reach out to us afterwards as well.
Hey, I have a question. Kevin, this one's on you. What is the single most effective way to get more donors? What's the single most effective thing you've seen?
Don't be afraid to ask. That's the biggest thing, and that's where where some people will falter once they've created their platform, their page, is they think, oh, I don't want to bother them. Oh, oh, that seems, they're just scared to ask. Don't be. You're trying to make a difference in this world. You're trying to help save, I mean, not just little babies, but also those families from having to go through that heartache. And so don't be afraid to ask. Get out there and make it happen. I mean, that's the simplest, easiest thing that people can do, is ask and get out there and use the tools that are there available for you. That's it. Ask. You're on mute.
You're going to remind me that until the day I die, Kevin.
I will.
Thank you. Hey, okay, I think that is great advice. And another thing that I'm wondering is, I think teenagers, kids, high schoolers are often underestimated. I think that the power of what they're doing is endless. Do you agree?
Oh, heck yeah. I mean, I've been in the fundraising world for 20 years. Okay. Both as more like 29 now, 20 raising funds myself, and then 9 supporting them. And I can't tell you how many campaigns we've seen just blow up just because of the energy that the youth bring in. Some of the creativity that they have, it's amazing. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of power in it, and parents can help as well. But it's the young people, they can get out there and they can make it happen on their own. They don't need their parents to make that happen. I mean, yeah, it's pretty amazing what I've seen happen just with young people in their camp. I mean, just look at that high school team that I showed you earlier. I mean, 62 grand. I mean, granted, it was just for a 7v7 league, but they never would have thought they could have done that, but they did it. And it just shows what they can do.
Kevin, I'd like that you bring up the creativity too, because I think that's one thing the athletes will see when they get those toolkits. There are a lot of ideas for things you can do even outside the platform, right? The platform's super convenient and still fantastic for taking donations, but we've already had athletes reach out and say, well, what if could I do like a kicking lesson if someone made a donation? Or Emily has a story of a sibling stopping by her house, which is kind of unique, selling some things, and all of her donations were going to her athletes Every Hit Counts campaign, which is so neat. So really the sky's the limit on the creativity of what these athletes will come up with as well, right?
Oh, no, absolutely. I mean, gosh, we've heard of young people who have gone into local businesses, like local restaurants and so forth, and they were allowed to put up a QR code. So take your page, there's free QR codes all over the place, free QR code generators. You can go get a 20, 30 QR codes made up on a sheet of paper, and just go to some of your local restaurants and ask them if you can put them up. Some places they have placards that you can put up, but put your QR code up there, and people take a picture of it with their phone, they go right to your page. I mean, we've seen all kinds of different things from young people. It's A lot of stuff this boomer would never figure out. So it's pretty amazing.
That's a really smart idea, Kevin. And
Yeah.
at Count the Kicks, we've seen the impact of what happens, that $25 really matters. I mean, $25 would buy 125 Count the Kicks brochures. So you're reaching 125 moms. Chances are you're going to save a baby with $25. That's the return of impact with Count the Kicks, that it does not take a massive amount of money to get a baby here safely, to educate one mom, to get the message to one mom or one dad or one family. It is not expensive, but the return on that investment, the return on that donation is a life changed forever. It's a family changed forever. And to be a teenager and to have that power, to be a middle schooler and to have that power to know that you saved a life, it brings tears to my eyes. My son is living proof that works and that happens. And so your idea about the QR code, there's so much power in that alone, right? Like it's really, really a great idea in addition to the other things that Kate's sending out. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Another question I have, probably Emily can answer this too. In Emily's former life, she was a TV news reporter and anchor. And I know that we've already here locally had a couple of stories. Media reach out just because they've heard that this campaign is launching and wanted to share. So Emily, would you have advice if athletes from around the country may want to share what they're doing with like local media, how we could help support that, and what advice would you give for that?
That's a great question, Kate. We would be happy to write a sample press release for you or a sample pitch to your local media. Reach out to us. Maybe we even put it in the toolkit at some point as a sample pitch to the local media, because chances are we've probably saved a baby in your state. We've probably saved a baby in your community. Count the Kicks has helped bring babies here safely in 27 states and 3 countries. So we could pitch to your local media that you're doing this. And then perhaps the second interview that they have is with the baby that's actually a family that has experienced a save, and they've witnessed the impact of this campaign. So that's another phenomenal way to increase your impact, is to get on the news. Call up that local TV reporter or newspaper reporter. Because then you can share that news story on social media and share even more widely what you're doing, and share it with friends and that whole web of people that are on social media. We'd be happy to create a sample press release for you or a sample media pitch. Absolutely. It looks like we have a question in the chat from Evan. Is there a merch store for parents to get shirts? Would your screen printer do them in team colors? Ooh, okay, so I'll take the first one. Is there a merch store? There is. If you go to Ray Gun, you can purchase those Every Kick Counts shirts, those gray ones. Kate is wearing one right now. Those are available at, I think it's called raygunsite.com, or just Google like Every Kick Counts or Ray Gun. Or you could reach out to us and we have them, or you could raise that $200 and receive one. And then the screen printer to do them in team colors. Kate, I'll let you take that question. I think that's probably a question for our t-shirt producer, but I love that idea.
Yeah, I don't see why not. We definitely have supporters there at our print shop, and yeah, if you've got a need for those or an interest in those, I think that would be a really great fundraiser to add. We would certainly be happy to help you with that. I love that idea.
And I would have been wearing mine, except they didn't have any in offensive lineman size.
Or apparently Bengals colors either. So.
Yeah, true. I had to wrap a little bit today.
Nice.
Well, I would just like to thank all of our athletes and parents and anyone who's watching this later, all of our supporters, on behalf of myself and the 4 other founders of Healthy Birthday and Count the Kicks. I will tell you, there's nothing quite like watching someone take on a cause that is very near to your heart. Personally, having lost a child, the last thing I thought I would ever see were, young men and women putting their hearts into something that felt so personal to me. And I know I echo the thoughts of the other founders as well. It's just incredibly meaningful, especially with our punchers and kickers. We have a lot of young men, and when a loss occurs to a family, men are affected just like women are. Brothers and sisters are affected. And so I just want to thank you personally for believing in what we are trying to do and really joining this incredible team. And a shout out to Keith for bringing the idea to us in the very beginning. He is a great mentor for these athletes, and we're so blessed to have him as well.
I guess I will end by saying thank you so much, Kate, and I'll echo her point as well. As thank you so much for just being a part of our mission. It's a lot of fun to see this grow from the inside as well as the outside. It's a really cool opportunity, one, for everyone to be a part of, and two, I find it so easy. Honestly, Pledge It makes it so much efficient. So it's really efficient. It's really easy, and it's a great way to give back to the community. And I think that's what this is all about: finding a cause that's bigger than yourself. So if there's not anything else, thank you everyone for logging in tonight, and thank you for all of those who will be watching this later on. You'll be getting your toolkit soon, and we are excited to hear your questions and comments shortly and see you climb the leaderboard. So thank you all so much, and have a good rest of your night.